Yeah, and it is time to bring in Monsignor Billian with Meals with Monsignor. Good morning, Monsignor. I wanted to tell you, last week you did a restaurant review of the Beirut. I was there yesterday, and I tried, and I think is it the kibbe that is the raw lamb?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
did you love it?
Oh my goodness, did I love it. And did exactly what you encouraged to do. Ordered 4 appetizers split between a couple of us, and it could not have been more fantastic. So thank you.
Oh, wonderful. It's a great place to spend a little time and enjoy each other's company and have some great food.
I also wanted to let people know before we get started today that all of the recipes that you've covered so far are on our website, artoledo.com. artoledo.com. You go into the morning offering tab, bam, you'll see all of Monsignor Billian's recipes right there. So you can visit that website anytime.
Well, it's time this morning to think about what we would like to eat this week. And so I recently had some very generous parishioners drop off the fruits of their labor on Lake Erie, a nice pouch of walleye, which is very plentiful, they tell me these days. So I thought I would go to the sea today. You know, Jesus did so much of his ministry around the Sea of Galilee, and his apostles were great fishermen, and they would often return there to do some fishing work. And when I visited the Sea of Galilee, we went to a restaurant, and they serve a fish called Peter's fish, which is the most plentiful fish that's found in the Sea of Galilee, and would have most likely been the kind of fish that Jesus would have been cooking up on that charcoal fire on the beaches of the Sea of Galilee for his apostles, and similar to what we would call today tilapia. But we're going to because we live around the Lake Erie, we're going to look at what's most plentiful at the moment. Of course, beautiful fish from Lake Erie to eat are both Lake Erie perch and walleye. So I'm going to talk about how to prepare walleye in 2 different ways today. The first one is a pan-fried walleye. Now I have a practice whenever I'm preparing fish is I rinse the fish very well underwater, and I place after you pat it dry, I place it in a Ziploc bag of milk for about an hour, and just let it rest in the milk for about an hour.
Cool.
And then to do the pan frying, you need on the side to prepare what you're going to coat the fish with. And so I use a very simple coating, half flour, half spices. And your spice mix can vary depending on your own taste. What I put in there, though, is a little thyme, some salt and pepper, just a tiny bit of chili powder, a little paprika, some cumin, and some oregano. And use your mix for what you're going to do on top of your fish should be half flour, half spices. And make sure you blend that together very, very well. And then after the fish has rested in the milk for a while, take it right out of there. Don't pat it dry. Put it right into that mix so that the fish is coated on both sides with the mix that you've created. And at the same time, of course, you have to preheat your pan and use a pan with a lid on it. And use your favorite oil. I would not recommend using olive oil, even though I love it, when to fry your fish. Use a canola oil or a peanut oil or a vegetable oil, whichever you prefer, only because the smoke point is much higher in those oils, so they can get much warmer before they put off any smoke. So once you have your frying pan up and running with some good oil in it, take a piece of that fish and lay it right down, and make sure that after you've generously coated that fish with the flour spice mix, you put it in the oil, and cook both sides of the fish until it's nice and golden brown, and the interior should be nice and white and flaky. And so that's how you know when it's done. Golden brown on the outside, white and flaky on the inside. Take it out, put it on a paper towel so the excess oil can drain off of it, and then enjoy it. It's a wonderful way to enhance the flavor of the fish with the spices, but to enjoy it, that you can still enjoy the meat of the fish rather than a heavy coating on it, which then often takes away the taste and the attention from the walleye itself. That's one way to do it. It's a very wonderful way. I have a second way that I also like very much, And the second way is what I call a foil pouch walleye. You start preparing it exactly the same way. Wash it, pat it dry, put it in milk for an hour, and then create an aluminum foil pouch. Put a pat of butter on the bottom of that, and then put some caramelized onions on the base of that foil pouch. Place the fish right on top of it, on top of the onions, and then season the fish generously with salt and pepper, and then cover the fish with red sweet peppers. You can buy them in the jar, slice them up, and place them on top of the fish along with some sun-dried tomatoes. And then finally, just drizzle a little olive oil over the entire contents of the pouch. Close the pouch up. Then you can cook it in multiple ways. I've done it on the grill before. If you want to prepare it outside, you can do it in your air fryer. It works very well if you have an air fryer, or a 350-degree oven. And depending on the size of the fish and the temperature of your cooking device, the pouch should be ready in about 15 minutes.
Oh, wow. Open
it up, and all those flavors are beautifully blended together. And the walleye takes on a little bit of the hint of what you put in there, the onions and the peppers and the sun-dried tomatoes. And then just enjoy it. Enjoy it. It's absolutely delicious. Of course, put whatever kind of side dishes you like along with it. You want some potatoes. You want some fries. You want some rice, some other vegetables. But those are the two basic ways that I produce walleye. And living on Lake Erie, that's the way to do it. Enjoy it this time of the season, because my fishermen friends tell me it's very, very plentiful these days.
Mm-hmm. And, of course, it is a difficult thing. I've always struggled with fish, so these help a great deal. Let me ask you about the foil pouch. Obviously, you can put that directly on the grill, and then I don't know how long you wait to flip it. But how do you do that in the microwave? You
don't touch it. You don't touch it. You don't flip it when you're doing a foil pouch.
Okay.
Put it in the pouch and put it on the grill and leave it alone.
Mm-hmm.
No reason to flip it there.
A couple things, Monsignor. Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, go ahead and finish your thought. I'm sorry, I interrupted.
Well, I would say you have to flip it when when you're doing the frying of it. But if you're going to do the pouch, don't flip it. Just leave the pouch closed tightly and let it cook.
And you can't put the foil pouch in the microwave, can you?
No, not the microwave. You put it in the grill, you put it in your air fryer, or in the oven.
Okay.
You start a fire that way. Here's the thing. I like fish well prepared, but it has to be done right? So, I mean, fish can really go the other direction if it's not prepared well.
Well, I would say that oftentimes people do two things to fish that aren't good. They undercook it so that the inside isn't completely cooked all the way through. Or the worst thing to do, and this happens more often, they overcook it. So there's nothing left of good taste in it at all. That's why when you create what's going to go on the outside of the fish, you don't want it to be too over plentiful, so that's all you taste is what you put in, and not get to enjoy the fish. So you want to be able to have a good balance there.
And then I wanted to say this: you have really helped me out, because I have had a mystery that's been in my life for many, many, many years, and now it's solved. My mother would often make fish, and she did a nice job preparing it. But then I realized, and the question always came in, my Cheerios smell like fish and taste like fish. And so what my mother was clearly doing is she was soaking that fish in the milk and then putting the milk back in the carton. And she was bad about that kind of thing. So there you go. Solved that mystery. Thank you, Monsignor.
Yeah. Well, these two recipes, I've already sent the recipes over to Tim today, so
Wonderful.
You should be able to get them up on the website today, and they'll be available for everyone to check out.
Thank you very much, Monsignor Michael Billian, pastor of St. Joseph in Sylvania, Ohio. Check that recipe out. It'll be up in about an hour or so. You'll have access to that. artoledo.com, artoledo.com. Again, all other recipes that Monsignor has covered so far will be on there, are already on there as well.